YouTube to the left, Facebook Live right in front of me. And thanks, as always, to you for watching, and thanks to the sponsors. I always write them down so I don't forget. Galaxy Blinds, Cornerstone, Advanced Utility Solutions, GRS Insulation, Cleveland Systems Engineering, Dovecot, Ocean Lighting, Ultimate Windows, and GRS Insulation. Believe it or not, I've just walked in the door. I was away on holiday. I've just come in. Up at 8 this morning, my mate's getting an electric car. Had an absolute nightmare. He couldn't find a garage to plug it in. Then when he didn't put enough electric into it, and we had to move into another garage, and he was still fanning about. I'm fuming. Hopefully he's watching this. Hopefully he's made it to the house. He had about 10 miles left. Anyway, I would advise you don't get an electric car. He's got one of the, is it Teslas you call them? Tesla? Anyway, something like that, but it's an electric car, hopeless. On edge all the way from Manchester. We got for holiday, 2.5 hour flight. It took us about 8 hours to get back from there. Anyway, I was listening to it on the national radio. I was hearing clips and anyway, the team was tonight. If you've just walked in the door and you think, what was the team? Glover was in goal. There was Engel, Fry, McNair, Lenihan, Jones, Foz, Hackney, Belazer, Latte-Lath and Crooks. And on the bench was Jones, McGree, Rogers, Gilbert, Howson, Severa, Coburn, Piero and Belongo. By all accounts, and this is with the national radio, who's no reason to be biased or unbiased, Bolton first half were the better team. I heard it was a lad Gray, the former Sunderland player, that I was listening to, and when they go around the grounds, and he was saying that you wouldn't know who was the championship side and who was the division below side. Anyways, it turned out, by all accounts, we huffed and puffed, but in the 91st and 94th minute, we scored 2 goals. McGree, who had come off the bench, scored, and then Rogers scored in the 91st, and I think it was the 94th minute. So delighted we're through. Wee bit surprised that McGree started on the bench. But he did come on, and by all accounts, it was a great goal. Is it important to progress? Me personally, I think so. It breeds confidence. We played a very strong team. Looking at their team, they played the reserve team. That's not taking that away from us, but they made 7 changes tonight. Our team was a strong team. Glover, yeah, okay, he's maybe number 2 at the minute. Engel's the new left back. Fry and McNair play regular. Jones was back in the team after fine performance in the last game. Hackney's a first team player. Belazer's played a couple of first team. Foz, who came off the bench last game, he started, and Latte-Lath was the number 1 striker. So it was a very strong team. No excuses. We won the game, brilliant, and let's hope we can take that form into Saturday's game against QPR at the Riverside. We have to get back to winning ways in the league. The league's all important, but any Borough fan who's saying, "Oh, I was reading a few things beforehand, before tonight's game," people again making excuses saying, "Oh, let's concentrate in the league. The cup's not important." Of course, it's important. We're Middlesbrough fans. We won 1 trophy in 145, 50 years, and that was the League Cup, the one that we're in tonight. You know, we've got a lot of fortune getting average teams playing at home and beating them. You progress, you're in the final. Come on. And it's no bearing on the league. I've said that for years. We got knocked out the cups early doors last year. We failed at the final hurdle. It's no bearing on it. It's a myth. It's an excuse. Steve Fletch says, evening Bernard, evening Steve. Good evening Bernardine, Plumpton, Tom Corrigal, following the game in a hot tub in Northumberland, up the Borough, on the next one, keep the ball rolling, score some goals. Positive message, Tom, and Tom, I hope you're enjoying the old hot tub. You deserve it, Tom. Oi, oi, Bernie, for Katie Childs, and Jack Friend says, McGree surely should be one of the first names in the starting 11. Well, I think so. I'm a McGree fan. He's been in and out the team so far this season, but still early doors. Hey, Bernie, I hope you're doing well, mate. Cheers, Craig. As I say, doing well. I'm just back for holiday, rushing. Yeah. 8 Evening, Bernie. Fingers crossed it's a start to winning ways up the Borough. Actually, Nicola Eden-Jones. Hi, Nicola. Yeah, look, it breeds confidence. Winning games breed confidence. If I'm a forward and I've not scored, or I'm lucky laugh that played at the weekend, I want to go out tonight and score another one. Unfortunately, he didn't. And I found it surprised that he came off when penalties were looming. You know, the penalties were in the grounds, obviously, in the national radio that we're listening in the car, and it says, oh, Middlesbrough's game looks likely to go to penalties. Then the next minute, Latte Laugh's coming off, and I'm thinking, centre forward, goal scorer, why is he coming off if there's penalties looming? Obviously can't get it right because it never made penalties. We put them to bed with 2 late goals. And my old mate Tony, he's watching. Tony, you had a nightmare. As I say, at his top, Tony's got an electric car, didn't know where to even put the plug. It took us 8 hours to come from Manchester. I fell asleep for 10 minutes and I woke up and we're heading back to Manchester. We're nearly at Leeds, Wetherby. Next minute we're heading towards Manchester, London signs. Mohammed, hi Mohammed. Hello Bernie, glad we won tonight, pal. Need to beat QPR. I hope the club would sign Morelos. Well, I spoke about Morelos. There was a talk about Morelos when I did the Facebook Live on Saturday. People saying he's on a free, would you go for him? I think he's an overweight, talented player. I do think he's overweight. He looks chunky, tubby, fat, whatever you want to call it in the modern world. If you're offended, switch off. I don't give a damn. But he's overweight, Morelos, and he's a moaner. He's an overweight moaner, but he scores goals. And as I say, I'm not a Rangers fan. My mates are. But I've watched Rangers. I know that bias. I don't watch Rangers. I've watched Rangers in Europe and things. And he always impressed me, Morelos. He's a handful. And if he's free, he would do as a job, surely. Hello, Bernard. Good to see you back. That's for Tony. Yeah, Tony. Your namesake. What a nightmare he had. So happy for Riley. Took his goal so well. I heard that, Mohammed. That was a great goal. Colin Robertson said, well done, Borough. Let's hope this kick-starts the season. Well, we played Huddersfield, didn't we? We get beat 1-0. And then we turned it round, we beat them 2-1. They went down to 10 men, we beat them 2-1. And then we were hoping that would kick-start the season. Unfortunately, it didn't. Well, hopefully tonight does. Hopefully it gets a bit of confidence back in. Because if it went to penalties tonight, you'd have been thinking, we're playing against the reserves. Let's not beat about the bush. 7 changes. The top goal scorer was on the bench tonight. But we took it seriously, so we deserve to get through. I expected the Carrick to look and think, do you know what? We've been huffing and puffing, flattened to deceive, not scoring goals, letting too many in. We're going to go and we're going to put a strong side, we're going to progress in the competition. And he's done that, so well done. He deserves the breaks in the 91st and 94th minute. Can you see any more coming in? Stephen Matthew Frost. Well, it shuts, is it Friday? It shuts the deadline. The window closes. I would hope so. Because if we don't, we'll be mid-table. I don't see us getting any. The player that's caught my eye is Silvero. He's caught my imagination. I like the look of him. I like Rodgers as well. He scored a goal tonight, but Silvero's the one that's really caught my eye, and I think he'll do some damage this year. I think he'll get right. I know he's missed a couple, but we all miss them. It's being in the right place, right time. You miss some, and you'll get some, and I'm sure he'll get more. He'll score more than he misses. But he's the one out the 8 signings so far. 3 of them goalkeepers, we'll forget about them. The other 5, he's the one that's impressed me. Andrew Hill says McGree should start for Saturday Bernie, and it was an important victory for Borough to win against 3-1 against Bolton. Hopefully we'll win against QPR on Saturday. Without a doubt, Andrew, it breeds confidence. No, if I'm McGree tonight and I'm on the bench, I've come off the bench, I've scored a goal, my confidence is up, my tail's up. Can't wait to Saturday. I'm looking to be in the starting lineup. I've got to go. I've got them out the hole that we were in, 1 each, heading for penalties. Rodgers, do his confidence good. So it's a great result. Great result. Pamela Turnbull, hi Pamela. Great result, Bernie. Each one will bring a bit more confidence. Let's hope this one puts us in good stead for the QPR game on Saturday. Up the Borough, Pamela. We all hope that. And let's hope we can do the business Saturday. Wayne Matthews says, what's happened to Borough's defence? We are normally strong at the back, conceding disgusting goals. I heard tonight's goal was a poor goal to concede. That was the national radio. I heard that. Why so many goals in so few games? I think, and this is my own reasoning, new goalkeeper, left back's been Coulson and now Engel. So Coulson played there. Is it Engel? Is that how you pronounce him? He's played there. On the right, Smith played there and gets sent off. Jones can play there, Fry, McNair. So we've been chopping and changing. Lenihan, they've all played at the back. So in 5-6 games, 4 league games and 2 cup games, we've chopped and changed. There's been no continuity. Last year, when Carrick came in, keeping the same team, same positions, week in, week out, let them roll with it. We really built up a confidence and a belief that we could beat anybody at any time, and it worked to treat up to the bitter end and the playoffs. So I think the disruption and the amount of goals we've conceded, I might be wrong, but my gut instinct and what I've seen is because it's an unsettled back line. Usually when I played, it was Pears and goal, Parkinson, Cooper, Pallister, Mowbray. That was it for the whole season. I know we had less players at the time, less money or whatever, but I think that's why they did so well for so long. Ian Plum says, hopefully a striker, a playmaking central midfielder and the right back before the transfer window closes. I hope you're right. But if it doesn't happen, then the scrutiny must go to the recruitment team. I hear big clubs, I hear Liverpool, former Liverpool players forever criticising the recruitment team. I hear Everton, former players criticising the recruitment team at Everton. And obviously, the people out there that's maybe uneducated, they'll blame Carrick. But look into it. I mean, some of Carrick's quotes recently is, for me, an indirect dig. You know, the one quote that caught me last week was, sometimes it's just out your hands. That's him admitting that he's not in control. You control picking the team and coaching the team and training the team, but not actually bringing players in and letting them go. That's out in the recruitment. So if there's any stick, don't get to Carrick. It has to be directed to the recruitment team. They're under pressure from now to Friday to get bodies in. Because if they think, and I think the majority of fans who's not blinkered are stupid, what we've got at the minute ain't good enough to try and make a serious claim to try and get in that top 6. Of course it's not. We brought 8 players in, 9 players, 3 goalkeepers. The rest are unknown, some of them for unknown clubs. You can't expect them to just come in and turn it on. They've all signed 4-year contracts. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you now, in 2 years' time the majority won't be here. If they do well, they'll be sold, and if they don't do well, they'll be off. This long-term plan, I think, a lot of it's a bit of fantasy. Mohammed says, Morelos knows where the net is. I love a player to moan. He may be fat, but he's good, pal. I mentioned him. What is the new word? You're not allowed to. I've got a few fat mates, overweight mates. And you're not allowed to call them fat. What's the new word the PC lot want you to call them? It's even more. It's even more offending what they want to call them. And Saturday, mentioned him on Saturday on your live, pal. You did, Mohammed. I remember you saying that. Tony, guess. Carry out, Gary Robinson, carry out with a wee smiley face. Of course, yeah, don't talk rubbish. Carry out. McGree has to start for me, Bernie, for James Wheatley. I'm a fan of McGree's, always liked him. Good left peg, good work ethic, makes good runs, can create things. Welcome to live chat. Remember, what's that say? To God, oh, that's, yeah. Yeah, somebody was saying to me earlier, McGree, do you think he'll get sold? I hope not. Why would we say, well, again, nothing surprises me in football or in life. We can't play McGree on the wings. If he's played, play him behind the striker, number 10 role. Well, he says behind the striker, I mean the number 10 role. That's for Richard Pearson. I'd like to see him in there. I'd like to see him getting a run of games in there, McGree. I think he could be the one of the main setting up the front man in the movement and creating a partnership. Something we've not had for a while. Andy McClay says Rogers, Silvera on the wing, McGree behind. Lucky laugh. That's our best front four. Well, about your superior knowledge, Andy. I mean, I've yet to be. I don't know the best strike forces yet. I don't know what's my best number 10 or my best striker. Obviously, Lucky laugh scored a goal on Saturday. It was a fine goal, getting in between the two centre backs and a great header at West Brom. We paid $5 million, I believe. Heard we were in for Nat Phillips of Liverpool. That's just come up there. Let's not get carried away, guys. Let's remember who we were playing tonight. Bolton, not Barcelona. That's a fair one. Very worrying times. New team full of apprentices. Need tradesmen with a leaky defence. Andrew Smith. That's a fair point. You know, it was Bolton who's a division below. Not Barcelona. That's coming for a lad there. That's a fair point. I don't get carried away, but I think it's important to get any good habits, get your guys scoring goals, get the tails up, get the confidence growing, and getting the ham in the back in the dressing room, and that translates onto the park, and then that translates into the stands, and then everybody's happy. Should have paid the money and signed Archer and Ramsey, Bernie. Well, it's amazing. Evening, Bernie. All players have a price at the end of the day, they do. The FFP dictates a lot now. A win is a win, needed to stop the rot. Yeah, as I say, we played Huddersfield and we beat them, and we thought we'd turn it on in the league game on the Saturday, and it never happened. Well, let's hope tonight's victory picks the lads up. But I agree with the lad, don't get carried away. It's great, I'm delighted that we're still in the competition, but don't get carried away. They had 7 changes. We had more or less a full-strength team. You know, if you just walked into Glover, so we changed the goalkeeper. Engel on the left, Fry, McNair, Jones, Lenihan, Beleza, Hackney, Foz, Latty Lath, Crooks. They're all first team players against their top scorer was on the bench. They left him out because they're doing ever so well in the division and their priority is to get promoted. Well, at the minute, I don't think our priority is to be promoted because the signings would indicate otherwise. If we meant and looking at the players like Ramsey and Archer and company, they've all and Giles, they've all went to the 3 clubs that's been promoted. And Jed Spence, I heard a bit on the national radio on the way when we were driving back to the airport. He left Middlesbrough in July 2022. He went to Forest, went on loan, and then he went to Tottenham, I think, 20 million depending spin-offs and all that. And then Conte immediately didn't mess about and says, I didn't want him. It's no mass signing. Very brave to do that because the top boys come down on you. I admired people like that. Anyway, Conte came out, didn't sign him, didn't want him, and he moved out and loaned to a few places. So they're talking about Leeds United now want him. So they're talking about him going to Leeds. He had a great time at Forest. When he went to Forest on loan, he got promotion, didn't he? Remember he posed afterwards with a big cigar in the Forest saying a wee dig at Warnock returned the compliment. He gave him a dig back. No doubt he's a good player, talented player, but I don't know where his head is. I don't know if he's a big time Charlie but he's not really grown in stature. Played a diamond midfield with Paddy, the base, Howson and Hackney in the middle, and McGree at the top. So that's for Jeffrey Wood. Jeffrey's filling me in because I was listening via in the car, national radio, only go around the ground, so I didn't get a great deal. I was hoping to be in and watch it, but never happened. Who, if any, can you see leaving Burnley in the transfer window? Also, if you were manager, who, if any, would you get shot of? Well, I wouldn't get shot of anybody at the minute because I don't think we've got enough quality in players as it stands at the minute. See, leaving, I mean, hey, look, I'm sure if you asked the Borough fans tail end of last season, a lot of them would have said Jones for sure, Paddy McNair possibly. They would have been the first two, I would have thought, for last year. I'm not talking about loan players, I'm talking about players that's with us and signed with us. I think the majority would have been, wouldn't have been too despondent to see them leave. But now Jones came off the bench Saturday, he was terrific against West Brom, he was alive, he looked like the Jones of old, and now people are petting him up and saying that he played well again tonight, and I think he got taken off. They were all saying he shouldn't have been taken off, but Jones is looking like his old self, so probably it's a blessing that we never get rid of him. But I thought he could have went, Big McNair could have went, see leaving. Yeah, they're the only ones that I could have seen definitely leaving, apart from all the loan players. I did predict last year it was a feast of the famine, all or nothing. If we get promoted, I think we possibly could have kept some of the loan players because we'd had the finance and the money. And if we didn't make it, which we didn't, then I did believe that we were going to bring players in that we don't really know, and that's exactly what's happened. Don't have that amount of money. No, we don't have that amount of money. Exactly. Look, we're Middlesbrough. And Steve Gibson has did magnificent with what he's had. If you rewind, I know people say but it's now, here now, which counts, not the past. But the past, Steve Gibson's built his reputation as a great chairman, as a loyal chairman, as a guy that supports, a local guy supporting his local club. And many chairmen can say that. A Dak Costa come and Reach left wing back on loan. Oh, Johnny Wood saying, Adam Reach, so for me, that would be poor recruitment, lazy recruitment, going for a player that's already been here. Even Bernie, what would your Borough starting 11 be for West Brom away? Dear God, that's a bit light, isn't it? Gary Robinson, what about Stuart from Sunderland? Gary, ideal. Stuart, his contract runs out the end of the season. I'd be going for Stuart, he'd be a free, wouldn't he? He'd walk away. But it's how much we want to offer him a week. So, but Carrick needs it now, not for the future. Carrick, for his CV and for him to succeed, he needs the best now. And at the minute, what I've seen coming in and what's went out, there's no comparison. Last year, Carrick came in, breath of fresh air, everything he touched turned to goal. The team were very good in the eye, they were attacking minded, we scored goals, entertainment value was terrific, everybody appreciated it, and all that's been taken away, or more than half of it's been taken away. Nothing to do with Carrick. And then this season, as I say, we've brought 8 or 9 practically unknowns. I'm not saying because you're unknown means that you ain't going to shine, you're not going to progress and flourish and become a star. I'm not saying that. But I'd be very cautious if you think 8 or 9 unknowns is all going to do the business. It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen like that. Gary, are we getting 30 million for those two? Got these on a bit. Andrew Mitchell, Bernie, you're kidding yourself about defence. It was one of the worst in the league last season, but the goals we scored got us out of jail. Maybe we knew defensive coach. No, listen, Andrew, I'm not looking at last season. I'm just looking now. I'm looking right now that we've got a new goalkeeper, a new left back, possibly a new right back coming in. So no, I'm not making excuses. Last season we weren't good, but I'm cool with that. I'm cool if we let 3 in and score 4, the Keegan style at Newcastle. I don't mind that. What I don't want is everybody praising, which we did under Karanka and Pulis, great defensive record, 3 centre-backs, wing-backs that defend as well, the linesman's on my team, defensively. Boring. At least Carrick's attacking minded, he's strapped to 5 at the back. 3 at the back, Karanka had one of the best defensive records. Why? Because he was boring. He was negative. Yeah, we got promotion. Did we do it with style and entertainment? No, in my opinion. And when we were in the Premier League, dear God, we were petrified. We were petrified in the Premier League. We won 4 games. Check it out. I'm sure we won 4 games under Karanka. And Karanka went 7.5 games. I think it's a club record, not scoring a goal. That's how boring we were. That's facts and statistics. Go and check them out. So I think it's easy showing up goals and being good defensively when you're playing with 3 centre-backs and 2 negative midfielders, 2 holding players. I mean, no, I like the Carrick style. I like the brand. I don't mind letting goals in as long as we're scoring more. At the minute, we ain't scoring more because we've let all those goal scorers go. Akpom, gone. Has Akpom played yet? I don't think he's played yet. Has that permit come in yet for Ajax? And the other one we're talking about, Nathan Wood. They're talking about Nathan Wood. He left us, went on loan. I think he made 5 appearances. I think he signed about 2018. He made something like 5 appearances. Went to Swan. He went a couple of loan teams, and then he went to Swansea. Last season, I think he played something like 47 games, and now they're talking about Southampton him from. They're talking about £10 million. Seemingly we get spin-offs. It comes to us if he does get moved on, but we give him away for cherry bobs, don't we? Peanuts. Timmy Leach says, never mind the football, tell us about the naughty beats, laugh out loud. Timmy, you've obviously seen the picture. I posed yesterday for a bit of crack, literally backside, nothing new. Showing my backside in bins when we beat Man United many years ago. For those younger viewers that don't know, I put a bet on with the late great Ali Brownlee. Ali says, how far would you go if we go and beat Man United at Old Trafford? Bernard, they used to call me. And I said, well, when was the last time we beat Man United? They say 6 to 8 years ago. I say 6 to 8, 6 and an 8. He went, yeah. I said, I'll tell you what, there's a saying in Middlesbrough, show my backside in Ben's window if we beat them. Lo and behold, we go and beat them. And end up showing my backside in Ben's window. Ended up, you think it's all over with Jonathan Ross and Lineker and all that mob. Anyway, yesterday, there's 10 days in holiday. I only post myself, I keep privacy, other people. There's 10 days in total. And we go there and we're heading for the beach. And next minute there's this naked man with he's meeting 2 heads swinging about. And then there was another one. I'm thinking, dear God, what is this for walking in? And then there was how can I say it? Yeah, there was Maloney's and bits running about, and I was really embarrassed, to be honest. And the tennies sort of went as far as we could, turned around, went, we're not being part of that, and came away, and there was a big sign advertising it was the beach for nudists or naturists or whatever you want to call them. So I just got a picture. And then the best laugh was I just put my shorts down, you know, to get this picture just with my backside, which is nothing. I know the PC, oh, you can't show a bum. We've all got bums, some are bigger than others. But anyway, done that, got the picture. But when I took my shorts down and I took the picture, it's all like wrinkly and people are going, oh, is that my granny? You know, I've not got a wrinkly bottom of my back. That was my pants. The sun. You know, it makes you wrinkly, doesn't it? Greenwood still available. Surely Carrick knows the lad and can help him. Jeffrey Wood saying, Greenwood, obviously talking about Man United freed him, released him after a bit of bad publicity. I don't think he's ever charged, so he's not guilty, but bad publicity for Man United. Man United's cleaned their hands of him. And that takes some doing, especially when you're valued something like 80, 90 million. I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole. So Warren Hall says, wouldn't touch me with a barge pole. I'd like to know why you wouldn't touch him with a barge pole. I don't believe papers. I wasn't there. I don't know what went on. He wasn't charged. So is he guilty? Do we hang the lad out to dry? Is that his career over? Because look at Chad Evans. Chad Evans was accused of, well, it was rape. I wasn't in the room. I wasn't there. I'm not a judge. Never want to be a judge. But I never judge anybody because I'm not there. I'm not in the room. I don't know the evidence. And he got done and everybody was on his case. All these people were coming out of the woodwork. Runners and Olympians and saying, oh, he should be banned and don't get him out. And all his sponsorship would get taken away. And then a year later, he got off it. I think he was the one that got done. Chad Evans came to Middlesbrough, got hammered for penalty posts with the supporters singing outrageous things, but I still don't get the modern game or the game of football now where one fan shouts something gets done, but 30,000 can sing a thing. I remember Ronaldo, tail end of his Man United career, second time round, I was at Old Trafford, as I go a few times a year, and the fans were all singing something similar to him. Outrageous. But nothing happens to them. Up the bottom, Bernie, belter performance tonight. We need a few more signings before the deadline. We do. If you, Borough fans, you're watching this and obviously there's loads of these. Are you a Borough fan that thinks we don't need anybody, we're good enough to crack it this season? It takes a lot to convict someone of such acts in court. Probably had some withdrawn statement from her ex-partner, hence case probably fell through. Do you know what, Warren, I've only brisked over the top. I don't get heavily involved in all that. I don't read papers, I don't read bad news like that, and it's not, I bury my head in the sand, it's not that, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened, and I'd never like to judge anybody. Never mind so I've told you about it, Timmy, the beach, frolics, we went, as I say, there was a family who's got a couple of young girls, and they were obviously mortified, and my big mate Tony was mortified. I think that's because he's a little worm. Anyway, we bring nice guys with good, we bring nice guys with good temperaments. Greenwood would upset the dressing room. I don't think Ravel Morrison was a good fit for us either. That's a fair point. Ravel Morrison came, yeah, with a bit of if we were 14 games in and are still lingering at the bottom of the table, would you give Carrick the bullet? The ultimate question is, who would come to us? I hope he turns it round. I wouldn't fire Carrick. I mean, Carrick came in tail end last season, halfway through, because we were faltering and stuttering him and poor form, and he came in right away, same team every week, bar an injury, as long as they're playing well, which we were. Ripped the back five up, played with 2 centre-backs instead of 3, and blown everybody, the pants off everybody. And it what to treat. Playoffs, the wheels come off, 1 or 2 things maybe didn't get right. Somebody says Janino. What he played, dear God. Oh, you're talking about managing. But as I say, the spotlight shouldn't be in Carrick. I'm shifting the spotlight. I'm shifting it recruitment. There's no statement of intent as yet. We've got to Friday, and the recruitment team, I'm sure they'll be working the backsides off to try and get 1 or 2 or 3 in. But if they're knowledgeable in the game, they must know that we still need players. We're still lightweight. Novices, apprentices. We need tradesmen, guys who know what they're doing. We've had them in the past and they've faltered, but we cannot bring 8 novices in and think they're all going to click. It ain't going to happen. We're living in cuckoo land. Bring back Brian Robson. That's Gary Robertson. Adam McCabe says that Gilbert must be a good player if he can't even get off the bench. Good win tonight, bring on Saturday up the Borough. Bernie, where do you think the club stand on Finn Cartwright? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. From an insider, which I've got 2 new players. Hold on a wee minute. The case of management and board being tight with money again, though. No, but listen, I'm a fan. I'm a former player. I'm a fan. I don't get involved in the money situation. But when we sell players, I laugh at the fans. Some of the Borough fans make me laugh when they go, well, that's good business. Well, as a fan, it's not good business if we don't spend it. If I'm a chief executive or chairman and I bring in 20 million, I think, wow, that's brilliant, that, fantastic. As a businessman, but I'm a fan. I want all the money to come in to go out again, but I know that's not the real world I'm kidding myself on. I'm not deluded. Fans never going to be happy all the time. As Mugger would say, it's what it is. We are what we are. Eremus, up the Borough. Love you, Bernie. Legend. Cheers. Is that Schwartz 18 it says? And somebody says here. So from an insider, I think he meant we have just got 2 new players. Alan Martin seems to be in the know. He said we've got 2 new players. What's the secret? Let's reveal them. Let's get them out there. I'd take a punt on Billy Sharp if he's free. Well, he's another one. Serial goal scorer, Billy Sharp. Sam Greenwood from Leeds getting mentioned. I am not too keen on this. Where are we? Salford beat Leeds. Is that right? Did Salford beat Leeds? Whoa. Hopefully a defender. Well, if it was me, I'd go for a defender, another creative midfielder, and another centre forward. Definitely another centre forward. Good to see Coburn come off the bench tonight, but I think it was in the press last week. I don't read the press. Somebody told me, I was on a social network, that Coburn's going to be loaned out to Plymouth, and I think he will be loaned out. At least we're in the hat for the next round. You're dead right, Matty. And it's confidence boost. Don't get me wrong, the league needs to be priority right now. League is priority, but the cup doesn't have any bearing on the league. We've been knocked out cup for years, and we've still not been promoted. One promotion in 14, 15 years. And we've been knocked out early doors, first rounds on occasions. So don't kid yourself. It's a cop-out. It's an excuse if you want it. We're only 4 league games in and 2 cup games, 6 games in total. We've chopped and changed the team. And you're telling me that they've got any bearing in each. We're still getting my match fitness. Still getting to know the new teammates, new surroundings. It's an excuse. We need 3 top players to get our season on track. 3 top players, that's for Jeffrey, yeah, I agree with that. You know, I remember I was in the lounge in Pallister, Pal. And we're talking about cup competitions, and I says, come on then, Pat. This was a couple of years ago. I said, come on, Pally, then, what do you think in the modern game, chopping and changing? He went, I'm all in agreement with it. I said, so you won the cup a few times. So many times you dropped? He says, none. And he's supporting this chopping and changing. Tottenham chopped and changed. Did they get beat tonight, Tottenham? I think I heard it just as I come in the drive. I think they get beat. Just back from Mallorca, Leslie Coates. Hope you had a good time, Leslie. Billy, what do you think the issue is at the back of the season? Can't seem to understand why we keep letting goals. McGree. Is it McGree? Magis. I says earlier, I just think this season, we've got a new goalkeeper, new left back. The right back's been in and out. The centre backs have changed. You know, we've had Coulson in there. We've had new left back. We've had Big Paddy McNair's been in and out. There's a bit of disruption there. It's not an excuse. This is nothing to do with last season. I'm talking this season. Kieran Scott, that needs sacking if our squad is not seriously strengthened. That's for Jeffrey. And Matty says, I heard we're after Chris Willock. That would be a top signing, but I haven't heard any developments. A few top players are needed. I think we just sign anyone for the sake of it these days. As for Matty Robson, we're bringing in 3 goalkeepers. I find that astounding. 3 goalkeepers. What are we going to do? Play the 3 of them in? We keep chipping goals, we're going to play all 3. As I keep going on about it, the local keeper, he's come and gone in a flash. Alfredo Morelos, Fenerbahce, doing the rounds, gutted. So we Morelos, who Mohammed wanted. Isaiah Jones played his socks off. That's for Pamela. Caused him a few problems. Hope this is the season after everything he's been through. Yeah, as I say, Pamela, I was a fan. When Jones came in, breath of fresh air, direct, fearless, skillful, creative, scored a few. And he played that last Saturday when he came off the bench at West Brom. I thought he was a handful. And it was exciting. And let's hope he's back to that. And his confidence doesn't drop. Confidence plays a big part in anything in life. You could be the best player, but sometimes you lose your confidence in front of goal or conceding goals, or confidence plays a big part. Yeah, but we have a director of football for a reason, Jeffrey, mate. We got that job role there to help us out with things like this. It's about utilising that role properly and bringing in top players. But a fan says, do you think the transfer window still up and puts pressure on the team, not knowing if they could be sold? Without a doubt. There's players in the dressing room will be thinking, do you know what? I could be on my way here. Or, tell you what, I could be playing second fiddle when they sign these new players. I'll be out in the wilderness. It causes a bit of disruption. It was like the Chuba Akpom hanging around. You know, it was like a bad smell. It was just lingering. We all knew Akpom was going to go. If you didn't know he was going to go, you're halfwit. Of course he was going to go. And he did go eventually, but that was disruptive to the team, and I would presume behind the scenes that his teammates who liked him, I heard he was a great guy, obviously did fantastic well last season, but they'd have been thinking, oh, let's hope he stays. I met a Borough player not so long ago, and I says to him, I'll not say who it was another, met a few over the summer, but I says to Mike Paul won't be here, and they went, do you not think he'll be here? I says, no. Oh, I was right. He wasn't here, or he's not here. That was my gut instinct. Bernie, do you have any views on changing the formation, at least for the time being? Enigmatic is at 24. No, I would stick to my morals and principles. Carrick believes in the 4 at the back. He'll be looking at it and thinking, we're still not good enough, shipping them goals galore. But he's still hoping that he's going to get players in. You can hear by the way he's talking that his hands are tied and he's not got full control. You can tell. But it's the same all over the country. Carrick's not the only one. And Carrick bought into the way we operate. You know, director of football, most clubs have got that these days. They're the guys that bring in the talent. They're the guys that let people go. So Carrick bought into it, but now things aren't going to plan. He's getting rattled a wee, but you can tell that with the way he's talking, his demeanour. You know, you look at him getting interviewed, he doesn't look as cool as he did last season. He was cool, calculated. Now he's starting to a wee stutter here and there, and doesn't look as, well, you don't look as confident. John's got man of the match, Bernie. Well, Ian, man of the match is a personal thing. I've given many of the man of the matches out over the years, and I've got it wrong, or sometimes I've got it right. But yeah, a man of the match is a personal thing. Adam McCabe's, is this going to be a good cup run, Bernie? Heading back from Bolton, very happy tonight from Matt and Jojo. Bring on QPR. Matt Wilson, Jojo have a good trip back. They travel the country watching Middlesbrough. They seem to link on here and listen because they're Borough fans. And this is obviously Borough orientated with myself. Yeah, so have a good trip back. Well done tonight. Let's hope it is a run. Imagine getting in another final. Imagine winning the League Cup again. How good would that be? I mean, Nate Geordie's up the road. I think it's inevitable in the next 5 years they're going to win a trophy, but at the minute they're still trophy virgins. Mentality of the team. The mentality of the team last season knew past the gels and top 4 did the job. That route has gone, and we don't know how to create with the new right back, left back, goalkeeper. The dust needs to settle to build a new team. Nick Henderson. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. The players come in, they need time to settle. The left back needs time to settle. A new right back might arrive. And it's Fry and Lenihan over the years. Fry, McNair, whoever. Chop and changing. Once we get a settled back line, then I think we'll be more solid and confident. But we are letting too many goals in. That's statistical, that's not an opinion. Matt Wilson, no, we have beat nobody. The first big fish, we are toast burnt, dear God. Those barcodes up the road are impotent, Bernie. Yeah, they are. You're right. I can't believe they've bought a trophy cabinet after all these years. Salford at home in round 3, please. Riley McGree, class, get him in that starting 11 on Saturday. Salford at home, round 3. Please, Riley McGree, class. So Riley McGree, good goal tonight. I've heard that. Fantastic way support tonight, Bernie, from the Borough faithful. Yeah, listen, the travelling support ever since I arrived in 85, dear God, many years ago, has always been great. The vocally great. They get behind the team for the duration of the game. They stay there to the bitter end, waiting and the players applauding them, win, lose or draw. And that's the least players can do. I still see some players either on the telly or live when they don't go and applaud the fans. I think you should always applaud the fans, win, lose or draw, good, bad, indifferent, whether you get an applause or stick. Take it. Matt Sutherland says, Bernie, have you noticed penalties are not taken from 12 yards anymore? The ball is now put in front of the spot with it just touching it. I've not really noticed, to be honest, Matt. And it's sort of I'm delighted we went through, but in a perverse way, because I was in a car, I was thinking, penalty kicks, that'll be exciting. Then it becomes a lottery and then anything could have happened. So I'm just glad we won, but need you and Birdie up front, Bernie, that'll do. Yeah, Swartz, yeah. Me and Birdie. Birdie, Peter asked me, what was your best striking partner? When I first came in, Archie Stevens, I dropped the pen. Archie Stevens, he showed me the ropes. He was more experienced. I still see Archie. He was everything I wasn't. He was brave, he was tough, he was aggressive. Same height, but great in the air. Used to hover like a kestrel, win, solid in the top. But Ian, I played with Paul Watkinson. I played with a host of strikers. Gary Rowell, top scorer at Sunderland, in the top 10 of goal scorers. Scored a hat-trick against Newcastle, Gary Rowell. Yeah, there was a host, Peter Davenport for Man United. Played with a host of centre forwards, but my favourite was Ian Baird. Birdie was tough. He was tough as old boots, Birdie. Rob Todd says, Bernie, how many players do you think will come in before the window closes? And how many do you think we need? I personally think we need at least 3, Rob. My own opinion is, say, right back, I would still go for another creative midfielder and another centre forward. And if we can't get another creative midfielder, 2 centre forwards would be nice. You can't get enough centre forwards. As I say, Latty Laugh scored a fine goal on Saturday against West Brom. Tonight he never scored. He was taken off just before the penalties were looming. Thankfully it didn't come to that. But I don't know how good or bad Latty Laugh is at scoring goals. I do know that my only question about Latty Laugh, and I've watched him a couple of occasions now, he's quick, he's sharp as a razor, never say die attitude. He gets chances. West Brom, he was unlucky not to get a second when he danced by 2 centre backs to get the ball in, turned the 2 of them, hoofed it over the bar. His touch could be a wee bit better. But yeah, I just like to see him scoring goals on a regular basis, but we need to create chances for him. The full-backs haven't convinced me yet that we've replaced Giles, getting forward and getting balls in the box. Still not seen that as yet, but we're only a few games in. As I say, 12-14 games, we'll get a real idea where we're going. Bernie, there's a video evidence on social media. No ifs or buts on this one. What he did was not nice at all. Paul, I think you're referring to Greenwood. I'd never seen it. I wouldn't watch it. Don't want to watch it. So I'll bow to your superior knowledge. My 9-year-old girl, this is from Enigmatic, doesn't know the politics, etc., around football. She doesn't need to know. What she does know is the sheer joy when I tell her the Borough won tonight and the smile on her face. Brilliant. I'm glad your daughter loves it. That's it. Keep her away from all the politics and the crap. And that's what there's the football these days. I'm fed up looking at my social media and things coming up about politics and about agendas and more money and sexuality. And I'm really fed up with it. Honestly, it drags me down. I don't read papers, I don't watch the news. And when I look at social media, sometimes I feel like switching off that as well, thinking, it drags you down. I want to read about football and the beautiful game and all the great things instead of all the negatives and all the things that sort of sink. We know what sort of sink. If you don't, you're a half-wit. The majority is with half a brain know what's wrong with society. But the more you force people, the more they rebel. I keep hearing people saying, you should do this and you should say that and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do it. The more you say it, the more rebellious people's becoming. And that's what I see. That's what I see. And I try and stay away from all the negativity. I talk about my team. If I'm negative my team, that's fine, because it's about football. It's a game to be loved and cherished and have an opinion on. It's not a matter of life or death like the late great Bill Shankly says. That's a load of old tosh. Football's important, but for our happiness, for our well-being, going to work if you're fortunate enough in a job, going to work on the Monday morning happy. Football's a big thing. The guy there saying, but the guy's saying his daughter at 9 years of age, says, what do you know about the politics? No, I thought when I was on holiday there's people with kids and they're talking about the kids in the school they go to and what they have to get through. They have to stand up regimental and they take their names and you have to wear this and you have to do that. And it's like the lounges at the Riverside years ago. You used to say, I remember, well, I know there's plenty of people there. I remember going there and I went to I was doing the Legends Lounge and I used to have a table of 4. It's reduced, but I used to have a table of 4. And these guys had done me a favour, so I had the guests to do the top 9 of the couple of guys, and I says, look, smart casual, but no denims. Anyway, they obviously didn't listen to me. They turned up, they had long hair and all that. They turned up like Status Quo, Rick Parfitt and company with the denims. And the woman went, they can't get in. I says, what do you mean? They're not allowed in with them. I went, well, if they're not going in, I'm not going in. So the way it is at the minute, you can't wear that, but you can, if I dress up with a wig and high heels, I get in. Although I've got a beard and all that. The world's gone potty. Whatever you are, whatever you want to wear, wear. It's a football match you're going to. Not a fashion parade or a nightclub. It's a football match. You should be able to wear what you want. And what you wear doesn't define who you are. I just like a bit of freedom, but these days everybody's trying to get their tuppence with, don't do that and don't say that, you can't do that. Shove it. Tell me shove it. Bernie, I think we look just a bit short tactically. Is this Woodgate season 2? If we can't stay up this year, it may work, but it also may backfire massively. Stuart Roberts, it could do. I mean, both Carrick and Woodgate must be, they won't say it publicly, but they must be frustrated as I am and you are as a Borough fan. You know, regarding the league games, we went through to the third round, which is brilliant tonight. But they must be. Woodgate's already experienced it. You know, a lot of people back then said that Woody was thrown under the bus. I don't think he got a great deal, Woody. I don't know if he was thrown under the bus, but he didn't get a great deal. Tony Mowbray didn't get a great deal. Karanka did. Gordon Strachan did. Brian Robson did. Gary Monk did. Warnock did. Wilder did. But Mugger and Tony Mowbray and Jonathan Woodgate, for me, get the worst deals of all. And it just so happens they're Borough lads, born and bred here. Love the club, sincerely love the club. And yeah, that's hard to take. Must be if you're a local lad. Thanks for 86, Bernie. I'm a Borough fan of 1992, but my club brings me and my dad so much joy this season. Ticket holders, my dad's a fan since 78. Swatch. Cheers, Swatch. Yeah, 86 was a great period. Wasn't a lot of money, wasn't a lot of players, but we did some damage. Paul Gamble says, just hope the win gives us the confidence going to QPR on Saturday. Few signings short, I think. Hope Carrick can call in favours at Man United, i.e. loan deals or somewhere else. Club-wise in the Premier League, need a first league win. Keep the faith up the Borough. For Paul. Currently watching you on holiday in Bonnie, Scotland. Thanks again for an honest show. No bullshit or rose-tinted glasses here. That's for Andrew Smith. No, I'm not here to please. I'm not here to upset. I'm just here to give honest opinions. I'm someone that played the game, that took a bit of flack myself. I gave a bit of flack. I gave praise. I just love the game. I love Middlesbrough. This is my home. This is where I live. I'll be here long after all. A lot of these players have come and gone. But I've got an opinion. And I like having an opinion. Nobody's going to stop my opinion. I'm in bed with nobody. I'm a free spirit. Too many people in bed, that's why they've got jobs out there. Too many people with jobs telling lies, so they keep their jobs. Bernie, realistically, I think we need at least 3 new signings before Friday. Totally agree, Stephen. Hopefully the recruitment team have players lined up. Let's see what the squad looks like on Saturday. Yeah, I'm so confident that the recruitment team will be working their asses off. I don't think it's even open to debate. There will be. But obviously, the recruitment team have to go to the chief executive chairman, and they have to convince them what money's involved, how much the wages are, the structure, whatever. They have to deal with all that side. It's not an easy job, but hey, that's what you get paid for. Bernie, every team that attacks us seems to cut us open so easy. Carrick and Woodgate are not the problem. The problem is we are selling club, always having rebuild every season, but it does look like try and change that and giving players 4-year contract. Okay, so I've said that on Saturday and the start of the season. The club have spent and squandered millions and millions of pounds in duffers and under par players, poor strikers, spent millions and millions of pounds on them. So maybe the chairman's went, do you know what, director of football, you're in. I don't want to squander my cash because it's Chairman Steve Gibson's cash. Don't want you squandering it. It was thrown out the window. Let's start getting young boys in, less money, get them on 4-year contracts. Let's nurture them and groom them and get them playing and sell them on. We are a selling club. So maybe that's the angle he's looked at. I can't blame him for that. But do I think it's the key to success that way? Personally, I don't. No. But building on sand, foundations of sand when you're bringing loan players isn't the answer either. So you need to change tack, and I think the club's trying that. But with 3 goalkeepers coming in, bonkers, 3 goalkeepers. I don't understand the 3 goalkeepers thing. Bernie, you hear it, the Borough is unforgettable, home and away was class. What memories, Borough fan? Yeah, forget those days, they're over, but they were great days. They'll live in the memory for a certain age. The 86 period was amazing. Jack Charlton, I heard, was amazing. Our period was amazing. I think it was, and people still were held high esteem because of what we went through. Liquidation, no money, training local parks, staying loyal when we could all walked out because we loved the club. Why haven't we seen Gilbert get any minutes yet? I don't know the answer, Daniel. Let's see where we are. Spurs lost in penalties versus Fulham. Yeah, I heard it was 1-0 and then it went 1 each. That was the last I heard. So Spurs are out. But I tell you what, the former Celtic manager, can't pronounce his name, you know who I'm talking about. The Tottenham fans have certainly taken to him, haven't they? You can have as many strikers as you like, Bernie, but this defence will concede more as last season proved. Dave Saunders. No, I'm not saying that. We still need strikers. I say we've got strikers at the minute. We play Crooks up there. We've got Big Coburn, who looks destined to go to Plymouth, or that was the talk last week. We've got Latty Laugh, but we still need 1 or 2 strikers. You're right, we do need strikers. But I don't mind that style and brand of football if we want to go that way more than we want to defend. Carrick, Pulis, Karanka, Pulis, Warnock, all negative managers, negative coaches, wanted to defend, show things up, blow the pants off the opposition, put them to sleep, try and nick a goal, try and defend. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather we went out, go for the jugular, attack, and if we can score 5 and the opposition score 4, I'm cool with that. But obviously it's important to have a good defence as well. There's certain games, no matter how many good strikers you've got, you ain't going to score all the time. You're not going to always impress. Bernie, who would you say is the best centre-back at the club? At the minute, I'd say Lenihan. I would say Lenihan's the best at the minute. Who would you say? You've asked my opinion, Daniel. I would say Lenihan probably at the minute. Rob Todd said if we're saying we aren't going down the loan player route, we will only be buying young prospects for cheap. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. When we really need proven and experienced players in. I worry about the transfer policies. We don't spend a lot on players. Well, that's right, Rob. So we brought in 8-9 players for peanuts. I mean, the only money was spent. We says it was undisclosed, and then Ajax says it came out with the Akpom. It's 5 million for Latty Lath and 2 million for the left back. So that's 7 million. So that's not a lot of money. And the players you would presume that's coming, if we do sign players before the deadline on Friday, you would have to say you're looking, you think they're going to be loans. I don't think they'll become impermanent, do you? They'll be loan players. We need a creative midfielder like Che from QPR, and we need a general midfielder, someone hard as nails. No one since Boateng, George. Boateng is a blast for the past. Carrick looks peeved off in the press conferences now. Let's hope he doesn't get sick and we end up with another Wilder situation. Carrick is normally calm and unfazed, but you can tell he's peeved off. I look at demeanours and I listen, and yeah, Carrick looks as frustrated as us, as fans. He does. He's starting to show it. The sideline, he's more animated. He's getting more involved. You used to just stand with the arms folded, just looking, and probably does his talking in the dressing room behind closed doors. But yeah, he's more vocal and he's more animated at the sidelines and in the press. He's saying things, for me it's indirect digs, which I think is healthy. He's letting He's letting the guys above know that, hey, I'm cool, but there comes a stage when eventually you get ruffled. Can't wait until the window closes and we can just crack on with the football. Where are we here? Warnock has told Chuba he'll be back playing English football next year. Pamela, I heard somebody saying that the other day. What do you mean? Warnock has told Chuba he'll be back playing English football next year. Was that a dig at Chuba like? Yeah, I don't understand that. I personally think for Ajax he will score goals. In Europe, it's going to be difficult to start with. He's not used to that. But I think he'll do well over there. Don't forget Alves. We signed him for 12 million from Heerenveen. He scored a boatload of goals. He wasn't a great striker. Did the unicorn make it home? Oh, gee. The unicorn was on that nudist beach, Pamela. That's where it ended up. There was more than one unicorn down there. Matt Sutherland says, Bernie, next home game, turn up in your old Borough strip, top shorts and socks, see if they'll let you in. Oh, they wouldn't let me in. They wouldn't let me in, Mark. Hello, Ken, for Ray Wilkinson. Ken, that was my stage name when I played Steel and Iron. 2 weeks rehearsing and then a week every night for the Monday to the Sunday down at the town hall with a lot of local talent, big talent. Didn't see the game tonight, but great result up the Borough. I didn't see it. I was coming back to the airport. It was a dig at Chuba from Warnock, for Daniel Richards. He basically saying he isn't good enough. I think that's a bit... I thought he was a bit poor for Warnock. I thought he was more class than that. Obviously not. John Paul Fordman says, a win is a win. Can we build on it, Bernie? Well, let's hope we can. Some faces added to us resurgence last season. Let's do it again. Hope you had a good holiday, leg end. John Paul Fordham, I did have a good time. Very, very hot. It was only 37, 38, 39. Yeah, it was red hot. But just delighted to be back. I sympathise with all those people that's out there around Europe who can't get back because there's something up with computers or whatever. They say the same every year. It's a nightmare. I feel sorry for the people, especially families. You know, they have to, I know that they'll get the hotels paid, but they need to stay over and just creates havoc. Same every year. Who's the most popular guy at the nudist speech, Bernie? The one who can carry a cup of coffee in each hand and a dozen donuts. Who's that for? CL. So he's referring to, if you've just joined us, I went to a nudist speech by default. There was 10 A's went to be turned back, and he's put, who's the most popular guy in the nudist speech, Bernie? The one who can carry a cup of coffee in each hand and a dozen donuts up the Borough. Funny, innit? If you're offended, don't watch it. Oh dear. Dean Wilson says, I see we're after Nat Phillips on loan from Liverpool, central defender. Somebody mentioned that, Dean. Again, I don't... You look at... Carrick has dropped Fry a few times. I'm a fan of Dale Fry's. But he put him out last season a couple of times. I left him out. And Wilder did the same. Warnock did the same. Is there something flawed with Fry? I mean, I heard he's a good kid. He's not a big-time Charlie. He's rooted. He's, you know, he loves it. He signed a new 4-year contract. Is it Dale's position that's going to be under pressure? Dave McNally says, he said, meaning Warnock, if Ajax play him as a striker instead of deep like the Borough did, it wouldn't work. Well, he might have, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I didn't know that was the way Warnock was saying it. Yeah, he has to play the number 10 role to get the success where the centre-halves don't know whether to come or go. So if they're playing two and your centre-forwards up against and Chuba's in the number 10 role, that worked for Chuba. That was the key to success. That was Carrick to give him that licence. He goes to Ajax. If they don't give him that luxury, then I would agree with Warnock. He probably won't be successful. There's a full moon outside my window tonight, but it's not as bonny as yours. Oh, Palmer, thank you very much. Yeah, the moon was out in full. Yeah. But as I said, I just felt overly dressed. I thought to get into the swing of things, I just took my gear off. What's up with that? I've just been told, what time is it now? Oh, I've overshot the runway. I was on at 10, wasn't I? Neil Warnock has won Chubarach Palm that he'll be back in English football next year. The new Chubarach if Ajax dare to play him as a striker instead of number 10, he's recently flourished in. One that says it was a miracle that Borough got 10.5 million from him. It was great business. That's for Saeed Anwar. It was great business for us, great for Chuba, and I wish Chuba all sincerely all the very best. As I say, I met the lad after he scored his 20th league goal, match him on, which was 33 years ago. I found him very down to earth, great kid, religious, a good living guy, family man, and I wish him sincerely all the best in the world. I hope he's on and does brilliant. He's at his peak now, so hopefully he's more mature now. Well, he is going on 28. He's at his peak, 28 to 32. He should be flying. Chuba won lots of free kicks that allowed us to stop, reposition, and go on. We haven't got that player at the moment. I'd like a player up there that holds it. I don't think Latila's going to be that player because he's small and, as I say, sharp as a razor. But I'd like to see somebody up there who's going to back in, bring players into play. So the idea is the old centre forwards was the ball gets played up for the midfield or deep, comes into the centre forward with two hairy ass centre backs behind him. He holds it up and he brings players into play. And we've not really got that. Chris Chan says, good to see you back, and good night, Bernie, up the Borough. Thank you very much. I'm going to finish there. I had these to read, but I'll read them Saturday after the game. I'll be back at 6:30. I'll be at the Riverside, refreshed, revitalised after my holidays. Delighted to be back in the cold. No, not so much cold, but after 38 degrees or whatever it was, or 38. There's one more here, let's see. I loved Warnock when he was here, but Warnock has a few Borough players recently. Why do you think this is, Bernie? Probably the way that we get rid of him. By all accounts, according to Warnock National Radio, he says that it was a phone call before the West Brom game that he was losing his job. I don't think that's very manly. I think tell somebody to the face if you've got something bad to tell them or good, tell them to the face. And then the other one was one again on national radio, says that he went to the training ground on the Monday to clear his desk, which you're entitled to do, and he was stopped by the security man that says, no, you can't get in. 74-year-old man, been in the game 40, 50 years. No, I think he deserves more than that, to be fair. Cheers, Bernie. That's for Stuart. Cheers. Well done, Bernie. You taught a lot of sense. Thank you, Rob. So thanks for joining us. And if you walked in, you're putting it on. Well, I'm off to bed. I'm knackered. Thanks for joining us. Back again Saturday, and I'll be doing a live thing via YouTube at the Duff Pub after the Legends Lounge. Cheers, Bernie. Class as always. Thank you. Mags is that Magus. Let's see what Saturday brings, Bernie. Great show. All the Borough. Thanks very much. See you Saturday, and we'll be back. See you later. Cheers. Look. Cheers. Top blow, Bernie. Have a good one. Just found you tonight. Buzzing. Cheers, Ben. Thank you very much. See you Saturday. I'll just try and get this off now if I can. I don't know how to, but we'll try our best. We've got it.